Which is fine. Yeah. Which is better, but we've done it all, but we're better. Yes, sir. That's us. I'm Bob Anthony. Nice to meet you.
I'm Anthony Amity.
Okay, there you go.
Taylor Nash.
Taylor, I'm Bob Buck. Nice to meet you.
You've heard of Carpenter Steels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is, we were introducing two new steels. One is a stainless steel, we call A21. And the other is GD200. It's an alloy steel for rifle barrels.
Okay.
A21 is a stainless material that is for rifle barrels, bolts, bolt carriers, firing pins.
So it's good and hard.
It is stainless and it's hard. Its claim to fame is we can make it up to 62 Rockwell C.
Very nice.
And it stays stainless even in saltwater environment in that case. So we make
Was
knives.
that through high nickel content?
No. I'm the inventor. So
okay.
So
don't give away any secrets.
No. We carburize the alloy.
Oh,
so
okay.
after we make it, we diffuse carbon in. In fact, I don't know how good your eyes are, but if you look carefully around the perimeter, this was a 1-inch bar that we carburized. You'll see about a 2 millimeter a hard case. That's
I see it.
Let me go in. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's what we do both for bolts, bolt carriers. We can also carburize barrels.
So you get that super hard outer layer.
That's correct. And we actually believe that we can do away with the hexavalent chrome coating, hard chrome on the bore of the rifle.
Oh,
it's one alloy. There's no coating. There's nothing to flake off.
So you should be able to do that on the inside of the book.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. You could do it on the outside, but you don't
To
really
what
need
purpose?
it.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
I think if you put it on the outside, it would have an effect on the harmonics.
It may.
That sounds.
But doing it on the inside, you're right. It would eliminate the need for a nickel bore.
That's right.
And
that's a big deal.
And your wear on that is going to be negligible.
That's correct. Because if you think about how thick that case is, that's 80 thousandths. That's 2 millimeters. Now, you don't need that much on the bore. You really don't. You could probably get away with a fraction of that.
Right.
But in fact, if you cut it in half, you can actually see where the carbon does not go, which is in the middle,
right?
Because you're diffusing it in on each face. Right. You can see it etches differently, and you can also see in the corners they look different because we're actually putting too much carbon in the corners because it's coming in from two different directions.
Okay.
If you see what I'm saying. So, are you into more knives or guns or
both? Both. I'm actually interested. How long do
You mind if I take a picture of your badges?
No, go right ahead.
How long do you think barrel would last in round wise? Would it make the round count go up a little bit?
We are testing chrome A21 barrels now that have been not even hard chrome plated yet, and they're shooting beautifully. Are you familiar with 416 or 416R stainless barrels? Well, you may know that the downside to those is that they don't have any low temperature toughness, so they don't meet the mil spec of 40 foot-pounds at minus 40. So plain A21 we can use it plain, we can carburize it, we can also nitride it, all three, okay? And in the plain condition, we're at 65 foot-pounds at minus 40. It blows all those the other steels away. I'll show you here in a second. And even at a minus 100 F, we're at 20 foot-pounds at minus 100. So at room temperature, we're close to 200 foot-pounds of impact energy. So it's a stainless that we can use between 32 and 36 Rockwell C. It's hammer forgeable, and it retains very good toughness even at low temperatures.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I may have drifted. Your question originally was?
Would it if you would have had
the longevity?
Yeah, because I burned out a barrel at 23K.
Wow.
So, and I've heard people burn them out around 15.
Yes.
And it's and that's just would that actually double, maybe jump that to 40?
That's the whole reason why we're looking at that. Because if I can put this sort of a. I mean, why does it burn out? What happens to the hard?
The wear. It's just it tears up, but it's like eventually.
Right. So what's happening actually is that hard chrome plating on the ID. If you would look at it under a microscope, you would be seeing micro cracks all throughout that.
And that chrome plating is only a few microns thick.
Absolutely. It is less than a half of a thou.
Right.
Less than a half of a thou. So let me just show you something.
Yeah, and it cracks and it flakes off.
Absolutely. As soon as it flakes off and you have that holiday, now the hot exhaust gases are going to
and now it's able to get in under where it
and then you're screwed.
And also, if you have a suppressor on the end, that heat just stays right there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I burnt mine had 90%. I use it for 90% of the time with the suppressor on it.
With the suppressor.
Yeah, and what a suppressor does is it forces a lot of the gas back through the barrel.
I never knew that. I'm an engineer. I thought, how does the suppressor work? I never knew.
Well, it traps a lot of the gas, but it also forces a lot of it back through the barrel and through the action.
I see. I did not know that.
So that actually increases the length of time that your bore or your bore coating.
It'll exacerbate the situation.
Exactly.
So let me show you something. This is a graph. By the way, you know what? If you are interested, if you go to our website here, you're welcome to take a card or several. We're actually on the back of the magazine, so it's all here. But I want to show you something.
Because I have some friends who have long distance shoot, and the 300 Win Mag burns out after 1,500 rounds.
Which alloy does?
I don't know what. It's just their barrels. They burn out about 50.
I have two 300 Win Mags. They're both 26-inch.
Yes.
416R barrels.
Let me show you.
The barrel life on them is about 1,000 to 1,200 rounds.
Yes. Is it coated or not coated? Uncoated. So let me show you something. This is, if you go to this website, I wrote this white paper. Unfortunately, it's my very last one. They went fast yesterday. And there's the 821 data sheet is here. But all of those can be downloaded here. Okay. But can you see this graph? So this graph is showing impact toughness on the y-axis and hardness on the x-axis. So what you want to be is hard and tough.
Right.
You want to be up in this corner.
Yeah, because hard usually equates to brittle.
Hard usually equates to brittle. So as metallurgists, we can make things really hard and we can make things really tough, but it's really difficult to do both.
Right.
Okay? But A21 can do both. And what I'm showing you here, first take a look. The blue triangle is 410. So here's 410 stainless way down here. At 30 Rockwell C, we are just about 20 foot-pounds. It's not very tough. 416 is the blue. I'm sorry, 410 are the green. Is the green triangles. 416 is even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, it's terrible. It's terrible. Have you heard of 1.4118? It's a European grade.
HK, I think
is that what it's called? HK?
I think HK.
HK, Heckler & Co. I think they use that.
It could be. So that, not bad toughness, but you can't really get it to be very hard.
That's why they blow their barrels. The French ammunition.
Yes.
It's so hot it actually destroys the.
Is that right?
416. They will not shoot. You can't shoot French ammunition in 416.
Interesting. Okay.
You can shoot it in Colt, but not 416.
I didn't know that. So here's A21, which are the red dots. Okay.
I see that.
There's no comparison. So we can get you, if you can hammer forge something that's 34, 35, 36, we can get you tougher than anything else that's out there.
That.
You see what I'm saying? That's why we're so excited about it.
I wouldn't mind having a barrel try out a barrel like that.
Yeah.
Say again?
I wouldn't mind trying out a barrel made out of that stuff.
Well, you have.
I don't have any business cards today.
Yeah, that's okay. I think I have. Let me get.
Because he says he burned a barrel out at 800 yards. 800.
Wow, are you kidding?
And that was a.
I am not. I'm actually leaving tomorrow.
No, not right now.
Only if he's shooting something super hot.
Well, him. He's always loading his stuff really heavy.
Spend a little late.
Imagine the people.
Normally barrels fail because of flame cutting and erosion at the throat of the barrel.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to the lands wearing out.
Really?
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the barrel, you have what's called lead. I know you know what lead is.
Well, I am not a gun guy, but I'm becoming one. Okay, so you can't talk down to me
you
here.
have a blank area before the rifling begins.
Okay.
Where the cartridge sits.
Can I show you something?
Sits.
So let me show you something, and maybe this will help. So here's a barrel that we made out of A21, and maybe this will help.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So. All right. So this area right here before your rifling starts.
Yes.
Okay, that's called your lead.
Lead. Okay.
And so what you get is in that area there, when the bullet fires,
yes,
you get basically pure plasma behind the bullet. Right
I see.
there.
For an instant of a second,
right? And most of your erosion happens right here at the throat of the barrel.
I didn't realize that. Not downstream.
So, and what happens? So most of us that shoot long range, we seed our bullets at what's called CBTO, cartridge-based ogive, which is obviously the base of the cartridge to the ogive of the bullet, which is the point where the bullet starts to flare out and it's first going to contact the rifle.
Okay. Okay.
So I set mine at 20 thousandths off the lands.
I see.
All right.
The lands. Okay.
Right. So as that erodes, that distance to the lands increases. Okay. But that's where you get in that lead area before the rifling starts. That's where you get the majority of your wear and high pressure cartridges. That's where your erosion and your flame cutting happens. And that wears out barrels faster than the actual erosion of the rifle.
Really?
And at the very end, when it comes out,
yes,
that's another. That's secondary.
You get the same thing in the muzzle.
Really, actually wears from from front to back.
I understand that. Okay.
Yeah, the majority of your wear is not in the center of the barrel.
I never
knew that. The majority
of
the wear is your headspace, right in front of the bullet, and at your muzzle.
And the ass, basically.
That would actually be interesting if you can. How thick you can get it on the two ends.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on that. So my goal is to give you this kind of high hardness. In fact, we know what the hardness profile looks like.
Yeah.
In fact, it may be in here. Yeah, take my card. So again, I'm the inventor, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out. But if not, I'll just bring it up. You know what? I think it's here. So let me just pull this up.
Okay.
But we are, I can get 62 Rockwell C, no problem. Okay. I'm working on 65. And that's a big jump. Yes, it is. You know, if this were easy.
Isn't it 70 like the max?
Well, but normally,
70 diamond.
Normally, like I said, when you get that hard, you also get brittle.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's saying is with this steel, you can get that hard without getting brittle.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, that's interesting.
So here is, this is distance going in from the carburized case. So this would be the surface. And this depends on what temperature that I'm going to temper the steel at to begin with. Okay?
Okay.
So if I temper a relatively low temperature, 200 degrees, I'm at 62. If I temper it, and whenever I temper, you're tempering for hours. Right? It's not instant of a second, it's hours.
Yeah.
If I'm tempering at 400 degrees, it drops down to here. That's normal, that you're just tempering the steel. But what I'm working on is a 65 version. Okay? So, and you can see it doesn't fall below 50 Rockwell C until we get way out here approaching 80 thousandths.
Yeah. You know where I can see this actually being used in? Diesel engine, please.
Yeah. Say again, where?
In the diesel engine technology at the mine.
Yes.
The piston sleeves.
Yes.
That would be that would actually be another application.
Yes. So A21. I originally developed it. Are you familiar with an alloy called 9310? It's a carburizing gear steel that's used all over the world in airplanes. Okay.
I think.
But it rusts, and so you have to either cadmium plate it or nickel zinc coat it, basically galvanize it after you carburize it, because it's going to rust. Well, if you coat it And so on an airplane, they got to strip it apart every 18 months and make sure that the coating's still there. A21 is a stainless version of that. Only no coating, no inspection needed.
Because it's already stainless.
It's already stainless, and it stays stainless. So A21's claim to fame, is that after we carburize it, we can expose it to, and that's a sharp one, so be careful.
I figured it was.
My boss
Remember, across the street, not down the lane.
It's an A21 Spyderco blade.
Ooh, yes, it is. That's
Interesting.
exactly right. So anyhow, after we carburize it and we get up to 62 Rockwell C, we'll throw it in a salt fog corrosion test chamber. Picture something about as big as this tape. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, super. So it's 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 100% humidity with a 5% sodium chloride solution. It's nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It's nasty. Most steels that are hard will rust within an hour. Right? So we did that with A21 for 200 hours, and we put 440C in, hardened to 58. My company makes an alloy called BG42, hardened it to 61. Okay. And then we took a crucible alloy, S90V, that has 2.3% carbon and 9% vanadium. It's expensive as hell, right? And we hardened it to about 58. We put them all in the same chamber at the same time, left it in for 200 hours. That's what they look like after 200 hours. There's no comparison. There's just no comparison.
Well, I'm not surprised at the 440. The BG42.
1.15 carbon.
Yeah.
They put all the, it's 14.5 chrome, and they have about 4% molybdenum and 1.2 vanadium in there. They're trying to get the carbon.
The CPM S90V is a really good steel, but
it doesn't have the corrosion resistance. And you can't, I mean, I could not get it above 58. Right? So this is earth shattering, because no other metal on earth that I know of can give you 62 and look like that after 200 hours in that salt fog environment. So it's truly
just being able to get it up to 62.
Yes.
You know, the percentage in wear value jump just between going from, say, 58, 59,
You're
60
right.
to 62.
You're right.
That's a huge jump.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a huge jump in wear potential.
And we can actually nitride where we hit 70.
Yeah.
And if I do both, if I do carburizing, what I just showed you here, this is nitriding. So nitriding, this is salt bath nitriding, so it comes out black. I can hit 70.
Yeah.
Now the difference is it's only 2 thousandths thick, not 80 thousandths. All right, that's the trade-off. But if I do both, I can hit 73 if I do both. If I do both, 73. I'll show you. I will show you. So we're very, very excited about this grade.
Just remind me.
Yes, sir.
Where are diamonds on the?
Oh my.
Scale?
They're probably 85-ish.
I think they were mid. Yeah, I was thinking they were mid 80s, but I couldn't remember right offhand.
So
But there you have that extreme hardness, but you have
it's brittle as hell.
Yeah.
So this is an example. The blue, can you see that? Is that angle okay?
Yeah.
The blue triangles are only, this happened to be gas nitrided where I'm hitting 70, but if I do carburizing and nitriding, it's not only harder, but now I don't even fall below 68 until I'm 4,000 deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's really incredible.
Yeah, so we're very, very excited about it. You know where we're using this? There is a major gun manufacturer I can't name, but they have a problem whenever they are shooting armor-piercing bullets.
Oh, the A55A1.
Okay, whenever they're shooting that,
there's a steel penetrator on the tip.
So it's extremely hard, but whenever it's coming into place, and again, I'm not a gun guy, so I'm going to butcher this, but there's some kind of a ramp that's buried.
There is. So basically what you have at what's called the barrel extension on an AR-15, you have two ramps that come up this way, and there's a small ridge in between them. And with those M855A1 rounds, because that steel penetrator is so hard, it's actually digging into the ramp.
Yes, that's exactly
as
right.
it's coming up.
That's right. And
And
they
I
don't get
think-
It doesn't matter which manufacturer it is because they do that to every M16.
I believe that.
AR-15.
I know who our friend in Salt Lake, the one that does all the testing.
Yeah.
He was telling me about that this new experimental metal. Oh, so you probably
It could be A21.
I think he was the one talking about you.
We
because-
just shipped the material just I
So,
think the
so
last week.
if they start making that barrel extension out of A21, that would eliminate that problem.
yeah.
Yes, yes. That's what our goal
Because
is.
carburized A21 is going to be much harder than the aluminum that the barrel extension has, or it might be stainless now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stainless, some kind of stainless, but
Right.
probably a softer stainless.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Because the hardened steel on that round, when it hits that ramp, coming out of the magazine, it's actually gouging
That's
it.
exactly
before
correct.
it hops up into
That's
the barrel.
exactly
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and
So-
that's a very delicate little part.
It is. It's a very necessary little
Yes,
part.
it is.
And I know who exactly was testing that stuff, and he was blown away by it
Is
because
that right?
the rifle, because that round right now is destroying rifles.
Yes,
And
it is.
He
Yes,
and
it is.
they're like, we need something new, and he's like, okay, well, we got the new experimental metal, because he's telling me about it, because I keep asking for some rounds. He's like, no, because your rifle will be destroyed if I.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. So we're very excited because what we're bringing to the party is something that has never really been able to be combined before. We've all been taught you can have strength and you can have toughness, but you can't have both. You can have hardness, you can have stainless, but you can't have both. I'm combining all four: hardness, strength, toughness, and stainless. And that's what we're excited about.
I could see this used in diesel technology so much easier, but also
Well, fuel injector nozzles, we're talking with
Fuel
Cummins and
injector
others.
nozzles, the sleeves,
No.
the sleeves that line the cylinders.
Oh, I see.
talk with MTU. They need it.
Who?
MTU of Germany.
I see.
And the space, I think space could use this number too.
Bob, thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure,
We're going to
Anthony.
get back to the show.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
stopping
much.
by and listening, Taylor. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Looks like a really good product. I'm going to keep my eyes open for it.
Call if you have any